We'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys.
Wameamua kupunguza bei. Chini kwa chini, 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 chini kwa chini.
Okoa Krisi na Ban Jikokoa. Ban Jikokoa. Jiko asidi ya Kenya.
Rock plastic tips. Rock plastics are made with 100% virgin raw material. Rock plastics come with new and different unique designs.
Rock Industries brings you rock plastic with a variety of kitchenware, ranging from kitchen dishes, cups, plates, clothesline pegs, spoons, and even rulers for learners. For these and more products, contact our offices on 0722 575619 or 0736 02 8181.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Enjoy the magic of Christmas with Coca-Cola.
Hi, I am Eliud Kipchoge, World Marathon Records holder. I am here to encourage you to be active, to keep moving, and be positive in life.
Remember to continue using your Hapsa debit or credit card when out shopping to win fantastic rewards.
That's African acid. That's Hapsa.
NTV, turning on your world.
Oh Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches. As you can tell, we here at NTV are getting into the festive spirit, and I want to appreciate you very much for joining us on NTV at One. And now I want us to get straight into the business of NTV at One, and we start with matters at KEMSA. The Senate Health Committee investigating the 7.8 billion shillings Kenya Medical Supplies Authority procurement scandal will formally start compiling its report after concluding its summons on interested parties implicated in the heist. Some members of the committee have, however, expressed dissatisfaction with the progress of investigations, stating that it's taken way too long to conclude.
The Sister House National Assembly is completing their report. We are the house which is tasked with the issue of protecting counties, and we are dilly-dallying, wasting our time. You know, I am really not happy with the way we are working. I think it's about time that we come to an end This KEMSA investigation has been ongoing for a very long time.
The committee needs to finish this investigation, and we don't have pleasure of time.
I'm not alone this afternoon. We're joined by Oko Kusa, who is in Kisumu. Now, 3 permanent secretaries have expressed satisfaction with the ongoing construction works at the newly commissioned Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium in Kisumu. Sports, ICT and Devolution PSs who are in Kisumu to assess the level of preparations ahead of the Afri-Cities Summit to be held in Kisumu next year visited the construction site this morning, accompanied by Kisumu Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, and applauded the county government for what they described as impressive preparations. Here now, as I mentioned, is Oko Kusa, who was part of that tour, and he's with us live with the details. Oko Kusa, what else was said?
Well, what has been said so far is that they are actually satisfied with the kind of construction work that is going on there. Remember, this has started 3 months ago, that's around October. It's expected to go on until March, 6 months actually, before the contractor hands over the facility to the county government, of course, and the national government. This, of course, as you are aware, is a conjunction. It's done in partnership between the upper government and the lower government. And, of course, it is also expected to be the host venue for the 9th edition of the Afri-Cities Summit, scheduled to be held here in Kisumu next year, as from 16th of November to 20th of November. And this is a summit or a conference that the county government of Kisumu is expecting to boost or to show its to show our Kisumu's potential, and at the same time bring a lot of benefits to the residents here. And of course, a lot of thousands and thousands of delegates are expected to attend that particular summit. And of course, now today, the 3 PSS, as you've mentioned there, Jerome Ochieng of ICT, Charles Nkuli of Devolution, and Joe Okudo of Sports, accompanied by Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, paid a visit to the site just to have a feel of the construction works going on there. Remember, this is also coming just a week after the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga also paid another inspection tour there. And before that, of course, we saw the President himself, Uhuru Kenyatta, and the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga also inspecting that facility, which, according to the President back then, is one of the major projects that the people of this region are expected to benefit from. Of course, he didn't mention it, but word on the street is that this is one of the handshake projects that have sort of come to this region as a result of that cordial working relationship that was forged between the opposition leader and President Uhuru Kenyatta. And of course, thereafter, the 3 PSS also visited the International Airport here, the Kisumu International Airport there, also to assess the level of preparedness as far as hosting Afri-Cities is concerned. As we speak now, they are in a closed-door meeting at one of the hotels here, which is being attended by top government and Kisumu County government officials, just to bring themselves up to speed with what is going on as Kisumu prepares to receive Africa virtually.
All right, thank you, Oko Okusa. He's speaking to us from Kisumu on the status of the Jomo Kenyatta Stadium. 3 PSs in that county who are taking a look at the preparations ahead of a summit. Okusa now will allow you to get out of the hot sun. Kevin Mutai, who is in Msambweni, thankfully is shielded from the sun. Kevin, what's the latest there as far as the by-elections are concerned?
Good afternoon, Olive, and all is set for tomorrow. That is the by-election to be conducted in Msambweni, Kwale County, and election materials have already arrived here. And as you can see, those are election officials just verifying everything in readiness for tomorrow. The security officials have already been deployed to the polling centers. I understand that there are 129 polling centers, and this constituency has a total of 69,003 registered voters and all are distributed across the 4 wards, that is Ramisi, Kinondo, Ukunda and Gumbato Bongwe. All is set, and joining me right now is the returning officer Yusuf Abubakar. How is the commission ready to conduct these elections?
As you can see for yourself, our officers are ready, the commission is ready, we are ready 100%. The ballot papers have already arrived, so we just, my officers are just verifying the materials that we've already provided them, and then we'll issue them with the ballot papers, pair them with their security personnel, and then deploy them to the respective polling stations.
There have been concerns about election integrity. What is the reflection on that?
For sure, IEBC always conducts free, fair and transparent elections. So that issue of election integrity, I think is
any challenges so far that perhaps maybe you have identified, and maybe the kind of strategies that you're intending to employ so that to make sure that the entire process will be smooth?
We are guided by the law. The elections in Kenya is guided by the law, and everything is anchored in the constitution. Stations open at 6 in the morning and close at 5 in the evening. But when it closes at 5 doesn't mean that anybody who hasn't voted by 5 will not be allowed to vote. We close the door so that no other people come in after 5, but those who are inside the stations or polling centers will vote until the last person.
Yes. This particular mini poll will be happening under a very different environment, coronavirus. There are restrictions. What are the plans in place to ensure that there will be social distancing, and of course also voters will be able to adhere to other safety guidelines, and as well as the issue of curfew? I understand there will be a counting process that might go on beyond the curfew time. What are you probably seeing with regards to these 2 issues?
Okay, fine. In regard to the COVID situation, it's a new norm. And as a country, we have to embrace that, and even as a commission, we've already embraced that. And we have a special clerk who will be in charge of COVID. He'll be in charge of taking people's temperature when they come to the stations, and also we'll have a watering point and sanitizers at every stage. Then we'll also have gloves for clerks to use whenever they interact with documents from the voters. Yeah. Yes.
So about the curfew?
The curfew issue, I don't think people will be affected by the curfew, because the stations will close by 5. Okay, people will be at their homes by 10, so nobody will be affected by curfew. For our personnel, we have a clearance to, because this is an extraordinary situation, we'll have to operate within the curfew hours. There's no problem about that. Yes.
Thank you so much, and all the best. Well, Olive, as you hear, that is the returning officer who is in charge of this exercise, and he's assured the residents of Msambweni that the elections will be free and fair, and just watering down the rumors that there have been claims of voter bribery. Remember, this is happening after an intense political temperatures and campaigns that have been going on across all the 4 wards, and there are 9 candidates who are vying for this parliamentary seat, and we understand that one had already dropped, but according to the documents that we've seen from the IEBC, only 8 are there and will be participating in the election process. But what we've been seeing is that the political arena of this particular mini poll has only displayed 2 candidates who have been identified as the strong opponents to battle with in this particular campaign. One is being fronted by the ODM party, that is Omar Boga, and the other one is an independent candidate, Faisal Badero, who is affiliated to the Deputy President William Ruto. So we're here and on standby to ensure that we give you 360 degrees of this particular election. So stay tuned to NTV, and we will be updating you with everything that will be happening with regards to the by-elections in Msambweni, Kwale County. Back to you, Olive.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Kevin, getting a sense of what the new normal as far as voting will look like ahead of the Msambweni by-elections tomorrow. Tonight, Vincent Odoro will be taking a closer look at some of the statements that have been made around that election. That's definitely one to look forward to on NTV tonight. Now, a police officer is among 3 suspects arrested for a robbery with violence incident at the residence of prominent businessman Manu Chandaria within Nairobi Nairobi's Muthaiga area last night. 2 armed thugs gained entry into the house of the businessman and robbed him of about 600,000 shillings and assaulted jewelry at gunpoint. Preliminary investigations have established that the businessman had a loud bang at his main door and his efforts to call his gate's security phone proved futile. The thugs then escaped while firing a G3 rifle allegedly stolen from the police officer on guard, that's a constable, and the officers responding to the scene conducted a search and found the G3 rifle in what they say was a nearby bush. The trio is in lawful custody as further investigations into the incident have started. Kenya is now seeking to strengthen its diplomatic and trade ties, especially in the financial and aviation sectors, with the breakaway Somalia region of Somaliland amid a widening diplomatic rift between Kenya and Somalia. Victor Kiprop reports on what will be top of the agenda for the two countries as President Uhuru Kenyatta and Somaliland's President Musa Bihi Abdi hold talks today.
Just 2 weeks after Somalia expelled Kenya's ambassador to Mogadishu and recalled its ambassador to Nairobi in what it said was in response to political interference by Kenya, President Musa Bihi Abdi of the semi-autonomous region of Somaliland has landed in Nairobi and was granted what analysts said was a near full head of state reception. In the bilateral talks between President Uhuru Kenyatta and President Abdi set for Monday, Kenya will be exploring a conduit for investment outflow from Nairobi to Hargeisa, especially in the aviation and banking sectors. In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said, and I quote, "Intensified cooperation is being sought in the banking and financial sector to accelerate more investment opportunities for both parties." Kenya Airways flights connecting Nairobi and Hargeisa to enhance trade and movement is carefully being explored.
Farmajo has fomented a very toxic narrative and has framed a rather nasty discourse against Kenya, and therefore Kenya is seeking support of Somaliland in ensuring that there is a better relations between Kenya and Somalia and Somaliland.
For Somaliland, the talks, which come just 5 months after Kenya opened its liaison's office in Hargeisa, are another critical step towards the much-needed international recognition.
Because of Kenya's stature as an anchor state in the region, a strong country in Africa, and it is going to assume a seat at the United Nations Security Council as a non-permanent member, then in its calculation, it sees Kenya as a good ally to support its ambitions.
Despite resuming miraa imports from Ethiopia, Somalia is yet to lift the ban on miraa imports from Kenya, denying farmers and traders billions of shillings, meaning unlocking a new market for miraa will also be on top of Kenya's agenda. In 2019, the value of Kenya's exports to Somalia contracted to 3.24 billion shillings from 11.8 billion shillings in 2018. Victor Kiprop, Ntv.
Me and my Christmas tree will be back on the other side of this break.
Malkia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongee zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali, tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Enda Jubilee nitaongea na kila mmoja wao. Mwaka sasa. Unajua leo ndio siku yangu ya kutafutia hii mmea yangu bei nzuri sokoni. Na kuna mtu nimepewa namba yake nimpigie nimuelezee pole pole. Ndio unajua na mama wengi sana huko sokoni. Ni ofa gani mzuri leo?
Very good. Piga *444# utunukiwe Credo double. Hello.
Emerald School, Kitengela. Lakewood Emerald School, Kitengela is a leading day and boarding learning institution located in the outskirts of Kitengela town. We offer high-quality education services that are globally competitive. Our vision is to be the global leader in the provision of quality, affordable, and holistic education. It is a sister school to Lakewood School, Komarok, and Lakewood Premier Utawala.
Niko sawa. Ni venye nimetoka clinic na baba Brenda.
Mume wako anakubali mwende hospitali pamoja? Wangu hata nimlipe, hauwezi kubali.
Ilibidi twende na yeye, nipimwe. Yeye apimwe. Kama kuna HIV, nipewe dawa ndio mtoto asipate HIV.
Wanaume wenzangu, kuandamana na mama akienda clinic na pia kujua hali yako ya HIV ni muhimu. Inaonyesha unamjali na pia unajali mtoto wako mtarajiwa. Je, unajijua?
Unapoendelea kujikinga kutokana na HIV, tafadhali zingatia taratibu zote za serikali za kujikinga na virusi vya corona.
HIV, afya bora, maisha bora. Jipime, jiinue.
Ruiru Mabati Factory offers best quality mabati at the most affordable prices. We pride in over 10 years experience. Our products have 15-year warranty and are KEBS certified. We manufacture box profile, Europe tile, Jenga tile, corrugated profile, among others, in a wide variety of colors. Enjoy our free delivery in just 72 hours. To order, call us now on 0111 050 700. Ruiru Mabati Factory, mali safi kwa bei poa.
This Christmas, jaza, kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ibambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
I'd like to profile my apologies to our producer Kevin, who informs me that it is my Christmas tree and I, not me and my Christmas tree, are back from the break. Thank you for staying with us on NTV at One. And members of the Shona community will now be able to access basic rights in the country after President Uhuru Kenyatta recognized and gave them citizenship during the Jamhuri Day celebrations. Led by Kino member of County Assembly Kimani Wanjiru, the community living here in Nairobi celebrated and lauded President Kenyatta for their new status. The Shona community came to Kenya from Zimbabwe in the 1960s. Being stateless has made them live under dehumanizing conditions that deny them the means to start businesses that require licenses. Even their children could not sit for national exams because of the lack of birth certificates.
Tukipata mimba tulikuwa tunazalia kwa nyumba. Mtu unateseka uende hospitali hauwezi enda.
Nipate hata kusafiri niwe kama wamama wengine, naenda kukopa mikopo kwa mabanki, nipate pesa za kunisaidia.
Babu zao walikuwa wanaenda Ikulu kuombea Rais Jomo Kenyatta na aliwaahidi atawapatia uraia, lakini kwa bahati mbaya akaaga kabla hajawapatia uraia. Hao rais wote wamekuja nyumaye, wamekuwa wakitaka lakini hawajawapatia. Lakini sasa wewe umetimiza mapenzi ya baba yako. So umefanya cha muhimu sana rais, na tunakuunga mkono sana sana. Hata wataweza sasa kumiliki mali, kumiliki ardhi, kwa sababu sasa wako na vyeti na watakubalika kama Wakenya.
The Christmas festivities are just around the corner, and traveling and lots of merrymaking usually characterize the celebrations. But this year, Kenyans ought to be more cautious as the celebrations may be more dangerous than ever before. Interior CAS Hussein Dado has urged Kenyans to reconsider celebrating in the current location to prevent the spread of COVID-19. He, however, said that if it is a must one travels, they ought to be careful on the roads to avoid accidents that are prevalent during the festive season. He was speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a mosque in Runda Estate.
First of all, I take this opportunity to wish all Kenyans Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. However, as people go to celebrate, my first warning is to drivers of public service vehicles. We are watching you. NTSA is on the road, and the police, the traffic police. We are going to enforce law to its fullest. We will not allow you to play around with the lives of Kenyans. So I'm appealing to all drivers and anybody who is using the roads during this time, please be careful. Look after the lives and property of Kenyans.
Bar operators in Trans Nzoia County are counting losses following the closure of their businesses. The owners and liquor dealers are accusing both the national government and county government of frustrating their business over the issuance of business licenses. The business operators are yet to receive the liquor license, even though they have paid the required fee. Through their Bar Operators Association, the group claims that police officers have taken advantage of the situation to harass and extort money from them. As a result, most of them have been compelled to close down their businesses. However, the harassment claims were refuted by the police commander, Fred Oching. County governments have been accused of frustrating the transport sector by creating rules that they say cause confusion. Those are their critics. Speaking during a Matatu Award ceremony in Nakuru, Chief Executive Officer of Safety Plus Consulting Limited, Alfaro Tuke, blamed the counties for overstepping, their mandate by formulating rules and regulations that do not conform to the Traffic Act at the expense of the operators. Traffic officers have also been accused of failing to contain the growing use of personal vehicles that operate as public service vehicles. Otuke now recommends that the role of regulating transport be managed by the national government only, as opposed to the current arrangement where counties also have a say.
Now, at just a moment, that counties are killing transport business and even killing business. You go to Kisii, for example, you get their rules. You come to Nakuru, you get they have their own rules. You go to Nairobi, you get they have their own rules. Now, if Prestige is going now into the 50 counties, will it be complying with every county as it goes through? Is it practical? Is it possible even? We are saying that transport shall be a national function, such that we have what we call transport uniformity and conformity, one regulation, which is spread across.
Let's take a look at what's happening away from Kenya's borders. And Nigerian authorities on Sunday stepped up efforts to rescue students abducted by armed men who raided their hostels. UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, condemned the assault on the school in Katsina, the home state of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Gunmen on motorcycles stormed the government science school at Kankara late on Friday and engaged security forces in a fierce gun battle, forcing hundreds of students to flee and hide in surrounding bushes and forests. State Governor Aminu Bello Masari, who visited the school on Saturday, said soldiers were working to locate and free the hostages. The school has a population of 839 and so far, 333 students are yet to be accounted for. Students who managed to escape confirmed some of their peers were taken. Since the attack, all secondary schools in the state have been shut. UNICEF, in a statement on Sunday, said it condemns in the strongest possible terms this brutal attack and calls for the immediate and unconditional release of children and their return to their families. UNICEF commended the Nigerian government for deploying security forces to rescue the students. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres also condemned the attack on Sunday and called for the students' release in a statement issued by his spokesperson. Buhari on Saturday urged security forces to arrest the gunmen.
Trucks began shipping millions of doses of COVID-19 vaccine in the United States, part of an enormous logistics operation that should see some vulnerable people being vaccinated from today in the nation worst hit by the virus. Healthcare workers and nursing home residents will be among the first to receive the Pfizer-BioNTech shots, though it will likely be months before all those who want it can be vaccinated, officials said. The breakthrough comes as one of the darkest moments of the nearly year-long pandemic, with infections in the United States soaring. More than 1.1 million new cases have been confirmed in the past week, and the death toll is nearing 298,000 in the U.S., which has reported the highest absolute death toll and number of cases in the world. Time to look at what's happening in the world of sports. And sports is often used as a tool for positivity, creating employment, bridging division, and providing a productive outlet for the youth. The Kiru Valley Development Authority is fostering sustainable development by engaging the area's youth in sports. Under the Aurora Teams Society, the youth have been taking part in football and volleyball matches for the last 2 months. The approach is aimed at eradicating retrogressive practices such as cattle rustling and banditry in the war-torn region. Rather, in the I wouldn't say they're war-torn, but I would say that there are security issues to consider there. The matches took place at Kipkenere Primary School in Elgeyo Marakwet County.
Na nashukuru kwa kipindi hiki kumekuwa na utulivu mkubwa. Watu wanaishi kama ndugu. Watu wanaishi wakipendana. Na hiyo mambo ndio tunataka iendelee kuenea zaidi.
Granite Xhaka was dismissed for violent conduct as a desperately poor Arsenal side were jeered off by their own supporters after being stunned 1-0 by English Premier League strugglers Burnley. Defeat means Mikel Arteta's side have now lost further, and Burnley's victory lifts them out of the relegation zone, a point clear of 4. Cristiano Ronaldo converted 2 late penalties on his 100th appearance for Juventus in all competitions as the Serie A title holders ground out a 3-1 win away to